it starts now. 3, 2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us?
Putting a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Oh, that stopped fast. How is everybody tonight? Welcome to Mysteries Beyond the Scenes. I am your host, Joni Skinner. We are streaming live on the R.I.F.T Nation Network this evening. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Monday. This is going to be a great show tonight. And then don't forget to tune in at 8 for the Otter's Den for the Christmas astrology. But tonight, before we get started, because we are going to go over the astrology of 2024, I would like to welcome my special guest, my friend, and she is going to talk about her wonderful group that she has put together, a brand new group, and she's going to give us the details for it. And it ties in a lot with what we do on Mysteries Beyond the Scenes, because I do have many families that tune in. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. Welcome. And so, Linda, come on in and tell us about your group. So let me get Linda. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Hi, Miss Linda. Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. I don't know if I'm supposed to do anything to get in there or...
You're there. I see you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try to mess with this. Let me see. Let's see if we can get... There we are.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
There we go.
Get the top of my head here.
Hey, it's Mercury retrograde. We don't know what could happen in Mercury retrograde with this, and with me on the controls.
Oh, okay.
So Miss Linda has her brand new Facebook group. She has her members. So Linda, just tell the viewers a little bit about the group and what they need to join, what they need to do to join.
Okay. So I started this group because my granddaughter, Gracie, she was murdered in May, and she was missing for 3 days before she was actually found. And I remember that feeling, and I remember the call when they found her. And it's been a rough year. The year before that, I lost my mom almost a year ago in December. So it's been a tremendous year of loss, and there is healing, but you kind of wonder, does anybody want to hear this? Have I talked about this so much? I know it's probably not true, and people have been really supportive and really loving and been there for me. But knowing that how difficult those important days are, like the holidays, I wanted to have something where we could get together and talk about our loved ones, tell stories about them, what we miss about them, what we loved about them, and just have a safe place to talk about those sorts of things. So I created the group, A Place of Solace, and I am doing Zoom calls throughout the holiday season, so people can come in and talk. They're scheduled for 2 hours. You can come in for a little while, or you can come in for the whole time. Um,
And
and
so where do they, so this is your Facebook group. So it's a private group. So it's a very safe place for
yes,
family members or people that, because I think the fact of the matter is, Linda, a lot of people, and I don't mean to be cruel with this, but sometimes there are trolls
hmm
on social media that really get to the families that have lost someone tragically.
yeah, and like our case, there's a court case going on, and different things, and we don't want people that don't belong there or people that are going to be trolling to be in the group. So I set up the group so that I can put the Zoom links on there. I can put announcements as to when the calls are coming. Also, if you don't want to join a Facebook group, you can message me privately on Messenger, and I will keep track of you and that you want to come, and I will send you that information as well.
And I think what is so beautiful about this group is I can sympathize. This has been, the missing and cold case homicide. It's been my life forever. But I've not walked in those shoes. So until somebody comes along that's actually walked in those shoes, that knows what another family member is going through, I think it's just such a great support system for you to start. And it'll
Yeah,
blossom.
hopefully it brings a little bit of comfort, or just getting through those holidays. They're hard. They're like not easy for anybody, and just being in a place where we can all share our feelings and about our loved ones in a safe space. That's my hope.
And another thing too, which, like you said, what you have mentioned, you have a court case coming up. That in and of itself, you're going to need support as well.
Right. Right. And we're not the only ones. Sadly, we're not the only ones.
So what do you all do in the group? What do you talk about on your Zoom calls? Do you have different subjects, or
So we've only had 2 so far. I am not just to be clear, I'm not a grief counselor. I'm just somebody who is missing their loved ones, like so many others, and has been through a few things. And I know how much having that support has meant to me. I'm probably not in this. So we've had 2 calls so far because this is brand new, and we've talked about why our loved ones, what happened to them, why they're not here, how much we're missing them. We've told stories. The last one we told stories about our loved ones, and some of them will bring you tears, some of them will bring you joy, some of them you'll even be able to let hopefully smile over.
Sure, healing all around, healing all around.
That's my hope.
And and you don't necessarily have to someone pass away that tragically passed on either. This group is also for people that have lost a loved one. For example, I joined because I lost my mom a year ago.
Right.
So it
And
doesn't
sometimes that grief is like from years and years ago. I know people who have lost loved ones 20 years ago, and they are still hurting and still grieving, and they hesitate to share things about their loved ones because they feel like people are looking and saying, aren't they over it yet? And like I said, I know that's not necessarily true, but I think that feeling, I've kind of like had that in the back of my head too sometimes.
Well, and everybody handles grief differently.
That's right. We're all on our own journey in our own different places.
Well, I think it's going to be an amazing group. And somebody chimed in, not everyone can open up and share their feelings. I am one of those. But that's true.
It is true. So I'd like to just say, if you want to come and just sit with us in this space, that's fine. If you don't want to talk, that's okay too. Just, I think there's support in us just being there for each other, even if we don't say much.
Even if we complain about baking cookies or burning cookies over Christmas, or even smiling, and sometimes I think it's easier to open up to a stranger as
Yeah,
opposed to a family member.
right, right.
So
I know in my family, we were all in different stages and we're all feeling different things.
right. And that's got to be tough too, because you, as basically, I don't want to say monarch because you're young, but you are, as the grandmother with the wisdom, that everybody looks to you to be the strong one.
Oh, I don't know if that's necessarily true. I mean, like I said, we're all in different places and handling things way differently, each of us.
So the holidays are tough and you will be there. I think it's a phenomenal group. I can't, I talk about it all the time, I do. And it's so needed. I have so many families that, and that's true about what you said. It's going to take a while for a lot of families to come in and feel comfortable, because a lot of them have been screwed over, like with different circumstances, and b, they just want to maybe go and sit and listen
Yeah.
to the group.
Yeah, I've had people that have just sat with me and just held me, both online and on the phone and in person. So that that has helped me so much, even, not saying anything, but just to be held in that kind of space that somebody was there.
You have a calming, I guess maybe an energy or an aura about you too, that I think is wonderful for people. It's very calming. You have a calming effect on people. You probably don't know that, do you?
No, I don't think my right immediate family might agree with you, but
You do. You
but
seem
thank
very,
you.
you're very calm, and you feel safe. I mean, if that makes sense. So I'm sure Place of Solace is your safe place. So share this, everybody. Share her group, please. Right? Oh, your
Yeah.
sister. Here's your sister. Love
Oh,
you
she's
so
Gail there.
much. Yeah,
Oh,
just hi, sis. Have a Merry Christmas, sis. That's so
I have the
sweet.
best sisters.
I love best sisters. They're awesome. And Linda is going to hang out with us as we go over 2024, Miss Linda, so you get to see what's ahead for you.
Let's hope it's a much better year for all
Well,
of us.
I honestly, I kept going through this, and I know because we text, and I keep saying it's going to be a wild year. It's going to be a wild year, and you're like, well, how wild? I'm like, I don't, good wild. What am I missing? And I keep going back, and I keep going back, because I'm kind of used to looking at 2020 forward, at what we've all been through a lot. And it's like, are we going back to 2019? No, we're not going to go back there ever. But if we're ever going to see a year of growth, of healing, of rebellion, of standing on our own 2 feet, this is the year, 2024. And I know every year Keith is going to say, you say that every year. But I keep saying we got to get through what in astrology is the Pluto return. And the Pluto return, for those of you who don't know have not followed astrology, Pluto only goes around the Earth, or however it works, every 225, 30 years. So America is going through what is called the Pluto return right now. It's in Capricorn, which is government. It is the complete transformation of our government, of our structures. We've been going through this. Actually, 2022 kicked it in strong. We are coming out of that in 2024. Now, how we come out of it, it's going to be up to us as a collective on how we deal with the energies that we have. We have about 4 major transitions in 2024 that we are biblical. I guess historical, biblical. I mean, we're talking years and years. We haven't, decades, centuries. We haven't seen a lot of these things. So to start, we have the eclipse season. Now, if you notice on this map, there's a big X. Look where it is. I'm going to try to make it bigger for you guys. Linda, if I cut us off, I'll bring us back in, okay? There we are. Okay, so if you see that X, it's right, the one on the right, if you notice, it says 2023. That's where the eclipse hit 2023. In April of 2024, X marks the spot. That's where the eclipse power is going to be the strongest. So that gives me an indication, and this is my opinion. I'm guessing this. I'm just guessing it. That's where the majority of the energy will hit. The theme for that year from 6 months forward from April is the border. It is a total solar eclipse. And that's on April 8th, 2024. So that's a huge happening in 2024. And that's the trek it will take. As you can see, if you're in that area, remember you wear those sunglasses so that your eyes don't get injured. That's the type of eclipse it's going to be. So that's coming up. Oh, and another thing, I'm going to go through this as a calendar. I did the calendars. So at Rift Nation, for you guys listening and tuning in every week, I will email anybody a copy of the calendar if you do one thing for us. Either go to YouTube and subscribe and like, or go to Travelers of the Rift. It's a private page. It's a private group, and join that group. And then just email me or text me. Better text me. Text me your email address, and I'll just email you the calendar. You can print it, keep it by your side, because I've marked everything that's upcoming for 2024. I hope I haven't missed any. I probably missed the biggest transit, but that's okay. I did this during retrograde, so. But I think I've gotten most of the big transits down pat for 2024. So if you want a copy of this calendar, get your email address to me, either like, subscribe, Facebook page on Travelers, join Travelers of the Rift, or like and subscribe the YouTube channel. Okay, okay. So we've got, last year we had 4 eclipses, 3 eclipses last year. Email me or text me, Joni Templeton Skinner, your email address, and I will email it to you. Oh, there you go. Absolutely. Join. Let's show support for all. Linda's group. There are our 4 eclipses for the year. We have 4. The big ones to note are going to be April and October. As you know, the eclipses are in Aries and Libra. We'll go through these as the eclipses come up, but those are our 4 eclipses this year. The biggest one, and they are triggers. Remember, eclipse energy lasts for 6 months or so. And they get triggered. They trigger events. A lot of weather events occur around eclipses. That's our triggers right there. That's 2024. Okay, here are our eclipses. That's in your calendar, the 4, what they're in. That's our eclipses. So first, we're going to I'm going to just go through each month. This is what you will receive, you guys. And I'll kind of just go over the really big transits that are really historical. Now, Linda, this is this is phenomenal. I thought of you, Chiron, which is an asteroid. It's the wounded, it's the healer. Chiron will be As of January the 2nd, is hitting the North Node. What's the lunar North Node? It is your soul contract. It is your destiny. To basically sum this transit up, it goes until May. All of us collectively will be hitting this. Chiron is getting its destiny and its healing. This is a collective ascension. What does that mean? That means collectively, whether we know it or not, we are going to be ascending with our vibrational energy. It will elevate all of us. Even if you don't even know what this is, you're going to be like, wow, why is this from the past? Or why is this wound? You are going to be pushed to heal. And so it's kind of funny that your group basically just started. So this Chiron energy is what pushed you, Linda, to say, you know what? We need this group. And perhaps this is the beginning or opening of the door of what your soul came down on earth to accomplish. So this is a huge, huge transit. Don't let this one go to waste. This is healing. Again, ask for prayers. What do I need healed up? How do I do this? Who can help me do this? Ask the universe. That's a big one from January until May. This is I can't emphasize how big this is. It's phenomenal. Maybe it will help heal a lot of the wounds that are out there now that a lot of us are seeing, even as the collective. Okay, I could talk about that one all night. Okay, what else is huge? If it's on your calendar, if it's in red, that is kind of a something that's a little bit of an obstacle. It's a square, an opposition. Those are things you have to look out for. If it's blue, those are energies that are easy, that are blending together, that are wonderful. You're going to notice on this calendar, the majority of the energies are in blue. The last 4 years, everything has been in red with very little blue. We've had a lot of growing pains since 2020. So it's wonderful. Okay, that is a lot to do. Let's see what else we've got. On the 20th, the sun and Pluto come together. That's power. That's increased intensity. That's the swamp. The swamp is Pluto being illuminated. So the sun, and that's when the sun goes into Aquarius. That's about it for January. So there's about 2 really good ones in January. Okay, let's see what else we got. Let's go on to February real quick. Okay, February. Everything in 2024 is in the front portion of the year. Then what happens after November, we get our butts kicked again. It'll feel like we're back in 2020 again. So it's like, what's going on here? But for the majority of the year, it's a very spiritual year. It's a very transitional year. And as many of you know, as we talk about Pluto, Pluto goes into Aquarius on January 20th. The main thing that I forgot is the sun goes into Aquarius and Pluto. They have what's called a conjunction. Pluto will be going into Aquarius. The sun will be going into Aquarius at the same time. Now, Pluto has been going back and forth in retrograde, which is from Capricorn, which is the taking down of structures, the government, the restructuring, the transformation. What has happened is with America and the US, she is returning to her roots. Whatever she was put here to accomplish with, let's say, for example, our founding fathers or our documents or our Constitution, she's returning to those roots. Now, when Pluto goes into Aquarius, that's another 20 to 25 year cycle. It stays in Aquarius until 2044. What is Aquarius? Aquarius is, you're going to see the upswing of AI like you've never seen before. UFOs, extraterrestrials, journeys, space travel, inventions, innovations, the future. In the sign of Aquarius, everyone is equal. There's no two-tiered anything. Everything is equal in the eyes of Aquarius. It's freedom, it's rebellion. Those are the themes of the year. Now, Pluto has one more retrograde back into Capricorn for the final takedown of the structures. Happens at the end of October. At the end of October, it goes back into, start its way back into Capricorn to finish the transformation of the structures. So then it goes back into, from November 19th till November 19th till, let's see, May. And then it hits back into Aquarius for final for the next 20 so years. The last time Pluto moved was Pluto went into Capricorn in 2008. What happened in 2008? We all know what happened in 2008. That's when Pluto went into Capricorn. So it is at its strongest. So we got the back and forth of Pluto and Aquarius and Capricorn, but it's mainly going to be the Aquarian energy coming in January. And it's all on your calendar. That's another big one. Let's see what else. That's February. Okay, we're going to go on to March. And then when you get your calendar, if you have any questions, just email me or text me. This is the third huge transit for the year. Another biblical one. Let me get my notes. Is Jupiter, which is the planet of blessings, abundance. It's all things good. Jupiter, we love Jupiter. Jupiter conjuncts Uranus. What does that mean? Okay. It's new beginnings. It could be chaotic. It could be, this happens every 12 years. So go back 12 years in your life. What could have happened 12 years ago? That's another huge conjunction. Now that starts, we're going to start feeling that energy about the 27th of March, but it technically goes into conjunction on April the 20th. But if you notice, the outer planets move slow. We feel this energy for a long time. When we start to get to around March or April, you're going to hear people talk about the great conjunction of 2024. This is what they're talking about. Jupiter and Uranus are both in Taurus. What is Taurus? Taurus is money. It's our money system. It's our sense of security. It's what we value. It could be chaotic. It could be political. It's new beginnings. It's breaking through. It's all for the better good of mankind. Can it be chaotic? Absolutely. With Uranus, it is unexpected. We never know nobody can predict what could happen because Uranus is so unexpected. We don't know what could happen. So that's another great big, it's a huge year, but everything it's huge, but it's all in excellent ways. It's all phenomenal. See what else? Oh, we have let's shoot. Okay, we also have our gigantic solar eclipse in Aries on April the 8th. That's another big one. And just tune in on the Otter's Den around that time because we always go over eclipse energy. Eclipse is transformation out of our control. So we've got Pluto going into Aquarius, the Jupiter conjunct Uranus. We've got a ginormous solar eclipse. I mean, it's going to be phenomenal. It's not going to be boring. Let me put it to you that way. As you notice in May, we got Pluto hitting retrograde on May the 2nd. Now he's going back into Capricorn. Because Pluto moves very, very slow, like 1 degree a month, if that, it's headed back to Capricorn to finish what it started back in 2008. It's the year of rebellion. It's the year of freedom. It's the year of the unexpected. We don't know. But it's got a lot of nice trines in it, and I'll take trines all day long. So that's May. Pluto goes retrograde. If you notice, the summer kind of slows down a little bit, which is great. We like it. We've got a lot of trines. The outer planets are really working well together in 2024. What does that mean? That's the collective. The outer planets usually are the collective. What's the collective? Us. All of us is the collective. The personal planets, which are Mercury, Mars, Venus, Saturn is one of iffy, both. Mars. Those are the inner planets. Those are the personal planets. Those are more of things that happen on your everyday life. So in June, what do we got going on in June? We've got conjunctions. We've got trines. We've got one trine after the next. I love it. Look at all that blue in June. Take a vacation in June. It's going to be great. Okay, let's look. Okay, what's July? Take a look at July. We've got not a whole lot. We've got the sun opposing Pluto. When we see Pluto, we know it's going to be like transformational, something transformational. It's power. Lots of trines in July. We'll take them. We've got a Venus trining Saturn. The sun is trining Saturn. Venus opposing Pluto. That's relationships and breakups. It could also be, there's a lot of financial hints in 2024 as well. Now, August is a big month, okay? Now, August the 19th, we've got probably another 4 or 5 of the big transits of the year. If you look on the 19th of August, we've got Jupiter is squaring Saturn. Jupiter, as you know, is the planet of blessings, abundance, the higher mind. It's legal. It's the legal system. It's blessings. What is Saturn? Saturn is keeping us on path. It's karma. It's restrictive. Whatever Saturn hits, it makes things restrict. It's like you're staying on path. Now we've got this Jupiter square Saturn. If you think back to the great conjunction of December, what were you doing in December of 2020? This transit is going to play out any kind of an event that occurred during. You will get your answers around this time frame. Okay, so that's August 19th. Let's see how long this goes until. This goes for a while until September 22nd. Then it swings and goes back retro, back over it again. So this goes on pretty much from July to December. Now, it can be Jupiter saying, I want to expand. I want to make it bigger. I want to do this. I want to do that. And Saturn going, no, I'm hitting the brakes. We are restricting this. We're going to be mature. We're going to be good about things, and we're going to do it this way. So it could be a pulling and like that, but this is an energy that we can harmonize. It shows discipline. It's a wonderful energy. I'm not afraid of this one at all. I think it's another great transit. I mean, they're coming in, they're hitting. Oh, my bad. I had the wrong month. There it is. If you see it up on the 19th, I marked that on the calendar. And I've also got Mercury retrogrades in there as well. If you notice this last Mercury retrograde that we're in 2023, Mercury retrogrades were all in earth signs. That keeps us grounded. In 2024, all the Mercury retrogrades are going to be in fire signs. So that's going to add a little bit of spice to them. It's gonna be a little bit of initiative to them. It's not going to be quite so grounded. So now in September, this is when things kind of start to heat up a little bit. If you notice, our calendar's got a little bit more red in it than in the beginning of the year, but it's not like Mercury opposing Neptune. If you see that on the 25th, that's a liar, liar, pants on fire. So that's kind of a oops, tall tale selling, so it's not like it's this major outbreak or a trigger of anything violent. It's little triggers. Mars and Neptune, another one, delusional stuff. So it's not the squares that we have they're not that bad. Okay, so we've got another eclipse, September 17th. This is an out of sign eclipse. It's actually in Pisces. This is an interesting eclipse on September 17th. And as we get closer to it, I'll explain it. It is a very mystical, very magical eclipse. It's really kind of weird. It's a very beautiful eclipse. We're going to have to keep our eyes out on that one. So September 17th is another one, very relationship minded, with spirit. It's really a good one. I like this one. It's a good one. So September, look forward to that. I mean, I'm telling you, it's not, I hope I don't think I'm missing something, but I don't know. So far, so good. Okay. October is when we heat up again with a lot of activity. Again, you see the red, like I said, the beginning of the year, we cruise. Yeah, we're going to have change. Yeah, we're going to see rebellion. Yeah, we're going to see this and that. But we've got a wisdom about us now that we didn't have in 2020. And it's going to show. So we can ride any wave that anybody throws at us. And that's exactly how I feel, especially with Jupiter at play so much this year. It's the wisdom. And Saturn is in there. So we are not the same collective people we were in 2020. And boy, oh boy, with that North Node going in there with Chiron, it's going to explode. And I mean, I'm kind of a skeptic with UFOs and stuff. I've never seen one, so I don't know. Are they there? Probably. I'm sure they are. I mean, they're in the drawings in Egypt, and all the ancient. They're in on their drawings. You can see them. I've seen them. But if we're going to have a year where I could say I will probably see one, it's going to be 2024. Is it going to be real? I don't know. We have to wait and see. So October, we've got our new moon eclipse on October the 2nd. We've also got October the 11th, Pluto decides to go direct. So now Pluto's stationing at its strongest degree. It's in Capricorn and it's stationing. So now it's at its strongest teardown degree because this is its last effort in Capricorn. So if you want to see Babylon fall, it probably fell when Pluto was direct coming out of a Pluto return, probably on October the 11th. True story. So this is setting us up. Now, we've got Uranus is in there too, so we can expect unexpected in October. Okay, November. Okay, November. Let's flip my notes. I put on there the elections because that's the 5th.
Mhm.
So, I know, isn't that funny? Right when Pluto is in Capricorn and its last hit at its strongest degree, it's going to hit around the election time. Mars is opposing Pluto around the elections. I don't know. Mars is coming in, firing in. I don't. We're just gonna have to wait and see. The Sun is also opposing Uranus. Pluto then moves into Aquarius on November the 19th. So it's coming out of Capricorn. It's going right into Aquarius right 2 weeks after the election and right after eclipses. So I think we just got to stay tuned. It's going to be interesting. That's all I could say. Here's Christine. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Okay, here we go. Look, here's Christine. Interesting elections. Oh, expect a surprise. I don't know if it's going to be so much as on the 12th, Mercury is squaring Saturn. It's maybe the outcome or what happens prior to. I don't know. Sun opposing Uranus. Something's going to happen. We'll just sit back and laugh. We'll be laughing by then because we've had a great year. Then we're going to wind it up in December. What's important in December is Mars retrogrades. Mars retrogrades about every 2.5 years. So it goes retro. That kind of ends up the year. It's not a bad year.
I have a quick question.
Sure.
With all the conflicts that have been going on in the world this past year, do you see that coming with all that you've said? Do you see any kind of peaceful resolutions to any of them?
Well, what we have to look at, and let's look at that when we come back from Christmas. For example, in Israel's chart, they have a rising Libra. All of Israel's triggers have been hitting on the eclipses. All of the eclipses have been falling on Libra in the South Node, which would be loss. Libra's in the South Node, which is loss. I think we would have to look at each individual country. And then we would look at the rulers because everything is so different according to each individual country's natal chart, if that makes sense.
Yep.
North Node over Chiron, if there can be peace, it can be during that time frame. But they got to want it. They've got to go out there and grab it and do it. Let's just pray they do it. And you know what I mean? Let's pray they do it. So Saturn, we'll look at Ukraine and all of those when we come back from out of Christmas, and I'll show it to you. It's interesting. You can even see what happened on October the 7th. Saturn, which is the great teacher and karma, is now ruling in Pisces. It rules over religions, mass media, illusions, the LGBTQ movement. It's the cinema, Hollywood, mysticism, pharmaceutical companies, secret societies, prisons, hospitals. Saturn restricts. It puts the clamps on everything that is being ruled by Pisces. So if you will notice right now, a lot of the pharma and pharmaceutical, they're getting sued right now. So if all of these things were done within the universal laws, Saturn would not be going back and saying, oh, we've got something karmic going on. So Saturn's is coming in and fixing all of this. That will go on until 2026, the restrictions on all of this. Pisces is all about removing borders. Look at what happened is happening at the border. Saturn's going to plant on that. Pluto heads into Aquarius. There's a whole write-up on here about what Aquarius rules over. A lot of AI, a lot of space, equity, rebellion, power to the people. I forgot to mention that. That's very important. Aquarius is all about power to the people. It's about crypto. It's cryptocurrency. It's digital. It's computers. It's the internet. All of this is going to get a huge boost. We're going to see inventions and things that we have never seen before. It's air travel. It's airplanes. That's our big shift coming in. I'm excited about it. I can't wait for it to get out of Capricorn. Now, another big energy phase coming. This is a fun one. Jupiter's going to be moving into Gemini out of Taurus. It's going to be intellect. Gemini is all about intellect. We see opportunities to grow through we everything is verbalized with Gemini. People are going to start talking to one another again. So it's communications, it's contact. We're going to start talking again. That's June 24th through the 25th. I'm excited for this. Gemini is all about talking, and I think it's a good thing. We need that.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the United States birth chart. Pluto is moving over into Aquarius, which is that rules travel, short-term travel. It's neighborhoods. This is mundane astrology. It is media. It's communications, all forms of communications. So Pluto is moving out of structures and banking and money, and it's moving into Aquarius and the United States charts into communications. Pluto brings up what we don't want to see. It's the swamp, it's the dredge, it's the underworld, it's transformation. So you will see the transformation going into that house. Also, what's moving is Jupiter is moving into Gemini in the seventh house. I mean, it rules a lot. Mainly, it rules enemies that we know of. So that's a good thing. Let's see, what else do we got going on? Oh, Saturn is in Pisces. The fourth is our roots. It's the homeland. But Pisces it's the fourth house. But it's in Pisces, which we've already gone over. What does Pisces rule? Pharmaceuticals, Hollywood, Hollyweird, the entertainment industry, those kind of things. So that's where our big planets are moving on our chart, where it's going to get hit in the United States chart. So we'll keep looking at that as the year goes on. Oh, okay. Something that's really neat that I thought was interesting. It's the year of the dragon. Now, the year of the dragon brings in power, wealth, abundance. That's the Chinese horoscope. Year of the dragon is very lucky. It's great. The numerology for 2024 is 8, infinity. It's blessings. It's a wonderful number. So everything that we've got coming up, unless I've missed like a ginormous, huge transit, which I don't think I did, we got a good year. I'm excited about 2024. I can't wait to watch what's going to unfold. It's not going to
We
be
need a good year.
I know we do. We need an exciting year that's kind of funny. It's going to be like, oh gosh, here goes the shit show. So but that's it for tonight. And don't forget to shoot me a text and I will get you a copy of this calendar, mark on it, do whatever you'd like. You got my permission to use it wherever you want. And I'll email you this whole slide presentation. So I'll set it up, send me your email, and I'll get it to you guys. But please like or subscribe and go join Travelers of the Rift for Rift Nation. And Linda, one more time about your group.
A place of solace. Come and join us so we can all support each other.
And that's on Facebook. So
the next one, I should say really quick, the next one is this Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time.
Ooh.
The next call. So please get a hold of me by then.
So people can get you on Messenger under Linda Nelson.
Right.
And reach out to you and you can get them the Zoom link. And what time is the call?
It's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern time or 4 p.m. Pacific.
And you just join in and support. And everybody tune in, and we will be on the Otter's Den at 8 to go over Christmas horoscope. Linda, thank you so much.
Thank you.
we'll keep touch base in 2024 and see how you're doing. Come in and talk to us about your group.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right,
And thank you
honey.
for this year update.
All righty. Well, everybody have a Merry Christmas. Thank you for this year. And tune in to Otter's Den at 8. Have a great Christmas. And thanks you guys for tuning in. And don't forget to text me for your calendar.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
Jeremy.
Thanks, Linda.